want to thank everybody for allowing me the opportunity to speak here today. As I look around the room, I see that we have a full house, which I expected. I can see that Adam had many friends and family who loved him dearly. Being that Adam was my younger cousin, most of the family here know who I am. However, for those of you who do not know me, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Troy, and Adam's father, Alan, is my cousin. You see, my father, Tom, was brother to his mother, my aunt, Nancy. Our parents came from a fairly big family. There were 7 kids. My Aunt Nancy was older than my father and started her family while my father was just a young teenager. My cousin Alan was born, and I imagine that my father liked having the little guy around. From what I've heard, as Alan grew older, my father would hang out with him, take him to the drag races and skiing. I always knew how much my father loved Alan and felt like he looked out for him. I believe that they had a special relationship. When Alan was a late teenager, I was born. And I can remember each year at Christmas time, Alan would come over to play with me and my new toys, which Shannon brought for me. And I think that Alan liked me, or maybe he was just trying to repay the favor of my father. Either way, Alan took an interest, and I loved hanging out with him. When I was younger, Alan asked me to be the ring bearer in his and Valerie's wedding. And later on, he would teach me how to shoot pool. He taught me about other things too, such as cars, woodworking, most importantly about girls. We too developed a bond similar to the one between him and my father. When I was the age of 11 or 12, Valerie and Alan started their own family. And in succession, Erica, Adam, and Tina were born. I spent a lot of time at their home when I was younger. Adam and Valerie would give me a few bucks to babysit and watch the kids while they went out to dinner, to the movies. And from birth, I knew all of these children well. I would change their diapers, feed them, watch them, and keep them entertained while I was there. I can remember chasing them around the house to see what they were trying to get into next. One year I dressed up as Santa Claus at Christmas time for the children. However, if I remember right, both Erica and Adam knew that it was me. I can remember a story involving a younger, more innocent version of Adam, which my mother and father told me many times. You see, they had taken Adam along with Peggy and Larry's son, Andrew, out to National Trails Raceway to watch the drag races. My parents and the boys were sitting in the bleacher seats when Adam looked down in the crowd ahead. And he turned to my parents, he said, "Hey, you know, that guy down there, he looks just like my dad." And Adam said, "Wait a minute. That guy's smoking a cigarette. My dad doesn't smoke. It couldn't be him." Well, Adam was a little naive at that age, and it turns out it was Alan, but my parents always got a kick out of it. As all the children grew older throughout the years, different circumstances in each of their lives would lead us in different directions. The children all moved to Chillicothe, and I became a bit of an unruly teenager with screwed up priorities. After high school, I joined the Army and moved around the country. Though we didn't see each other as often as we once did, one thing never changed. And that is, whenever I was in town at a family reunion or another function, I always looked forward to seeing my cousin Alan and those children. I always felt comfortable with them, even though I'd made a number of mistakes and poor judgments in my own life. I never felt that they judged me. They were very real, and they extended their love to me no matter what. As their children became adults, I had the chance to spend time with them as a friend or a peer. Erica came to work with me in Columbus. I would still see Tina occasionally at all the parties and functions. And during these years, Adam and I grew closer. Adam and I played fantasy football together. We played on softball teams together. We bowled together. We celebrated at Greg's wedding together. and we played countless games of euchre and poker until the morning came on most weekends. We always had fun together, and I'll never forget those times. As I was practicing this over the last couple of days, my wife pointed out that she always enjoyed going to the Funny Bone Comedy Club with Alan, which is something that, or Adam, which is something that we did a number of times, and she loved his laugh. I took some time this week to admire all of the photographs which Jamie and Erica and Tina and Valerie posted online. And I watched the videos and I couldn't help but smile while watching him with his children and his nieces and nephews. It was obvious how much each one of them loved to play with him. This may have been due to the fact that Adam was much like a big kid himself. As I look back, I was very lucky. I don't have any bad memories of Adam. I was very fortunate. I was only around for the good times, and I know that this is a luxury which some of us did not have. We all know that Adam, like many of us, had his demons, and I'm sure that Adam's addiction impacted the lives of his friends and family members. This had to be incredibly frustrating, and I do not envy you. I'm sure that some of us are wondering if there was something else which we could have done to prevent this, and I assure you, Nancy, Valerie, Alan, Erica, Tina, Angie, and Greg, you all tried everything that you could. Even though Adam was good at nearly everything that he tried his hand at, Adam was an addict, and this was one game which he did not win. I do not judge him, and he will always have a special place in my heart. I hope that when each of you think of Adam, you choose to focus on the things which I remember, like his ever-present smile, his laugh, his willingness to help anybody who needed his help. I cannot count the number of things that he helped me with and asked for nothing in return. I believe that if you try to focus on the good times, it will help ease the pain. In closing, there's one more thing which brings me comfort. I have heard that in recent years, Adam became a man of faith, and that he accepted Jesus Christ as a Savior. And because of this, Adam is in a much better place now. He no longer has to struggle with the troubles and the guilt which plagued him throughout his life. I know that he is in heaven with his grandfather Dale and my father. And I like to think that he's now looking down and looking after all of us, as so many of us tried to do for him. Once again, I want to thank you all for the privilege of speaking here today and sharing these words of memories with you. Thank you.